just as wise, 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 and life continues rolling with love forever flowing on to creation's endless knowing through all of time, through all of time. Sun comes up in the eastern sky, old wind blows by and by. Every day's just as wise, every day's just as wise. Sun goes down in the western sky, the moon will rise with the shining eyes.
Peace. Yoko. Greetings. Rahubat. Assalamu alaikum. Peace in every language. Welcome in every language. Mike, what's going on, cuz? Can you hear me? Let me see. I know I got
Yes,
cuz.
sir.
Okay, we good. We
I
locked
was
in.
over here writing messages telling people to come on in.
Oh, for sure. Peace to everybody that's actually tuned in now. If you can, please do us a great favor by tapping that notification button so I don't have to aggravate you by sending you the link. And please share this video with one person that you think need to hear conversations like this. Cause you got anything that you want to lay out before I um do my, 10 to 15 minutes.
What's your build about? I saw the I saw the topic. What's the build about?
Having your own house to fight in.
Okay. Okay. So it's about like
So
that status that you put
having
up
your
on.
own house to fight in. Everyone is right. Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah. And yesterday you was right when you put up that post and said that why would I fight for somebody that ain't got my blood? Or why would I lose? Or why would I
Right.
put myself in
You
a situation for somebody that don't got my blood or carrying my seed? That's a big fact.
what's up, yo, boy?
What's going on?
Another D. I can't call him up.
The Oko Pie.
Yoko nephews, what's going on?
Setting them apart.
What's going on?
Oh man, it's a good day.
What's happening? What's
It's
happening, nephew?
overcast out here. So,
Yeah, I jump street in your egg.
Yeah, so this topic, right? Fighting your mama house. Simply put, I'll take off and then we can build on it. That's a lot of arguing and bickering going on between a lot of people who don't have their shit together. And
Right.
they arguing in somebody's house, or they arguing in a house that they're not even fucking wanted in. You're not a guest, but you're an actual slave in that house.
Right.
Now you're in bondage in someone else's house, claiming to be the owner of the house. And being that you are in their house, you have no title or entitlement, right? Um, to prove that there was a deed which had your name on it. Now, these same people, they get confused because while they claim to be against those who are fed wreck, they cheer, right? And they salute those who are fed wreck in their own bloodlines. What do I mean? They will tell you it's wrong, while then telling you you can only be indigenous if the federal government's going on, and we all gonna talk about this.
Hey,
So,
repeat that last sentence you just said. When you say you can only be indigenous, you cut out.
oh, pardon me. They're basically saying you can only be indigenous if the federal government recognizes you. If you have a federal ID card, basically. It's
Right.
foolish.
Definitely. And we know that ID don't make you who you are.
With time uh before their arrival, especially before the arrival of the Muscovy. And what I'm saying is because at that point you have to ask questions for the ancient world or that which was Ikwi, right? Or that which was Yimusi, that which was ancient. We have to ask questions for that time period. Who the fuck had tribal IDs at that time?
Nobody. Nobody.
Anybody had enrollment papers?
Nope.
Nope. So how did you identify, or how did your ancient ones identify in their world before it was colonized? If that's not what you getting back to, then you start to ask people, how are they Indian? It has nothing to do with the BIA. And if you
Right.
do limit it or give it to the BIA, this means that being an Indian, whatever that means, began with the BIA, according to you. So you're in someone else's house and they identify you, and they hold the qualifications which you can even identify yourself.
All right, nephew.
You have no
I,
of your own.
I got, yeah, nephew, I got my live going on, right? So somebody, Shannon said, how did they get over us controlling how we move today?
Say it again.
My cousin Shannon said, how did they get over us controlling how we move today?
I don't understand the question.
You can hear me? You heard me?
Yeah, I don't understand the question. I heard you, but
The
I'm not
question is,
understanding the question. Like, how did it get over? Yeah,
like
I don't
like
understand.
our freedom,
If you can
like the
explain the
movement.
question,
He said, explain it, Shannon. Explain your question. Explain your question
yeah,
that
because
what you asked.
when they say that they get over us, I don't understand that. But as I was saying, uh, a lot of people are using.
You going in and out, cuz.
It's going in and out for everybody.
Shit, cuz done dropped. Cuz just dropped this now.
Was he going in and out on your end?
Yeah, like I
Yeah, he
can
was
hear
going
him,
in and
right?
out on that.
I can hear him, but he skipping. He
Drop
was
me.
skipping
Let
a
me
lot.
get back.
I didn't know if that was just on my end.
No, that one my shit been
No, I'm
skipping
back.
too.
Can you hear me, cuz?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, peace. What's going on, Shayla? Yeah, what I was saying though, I don't understand the question. I don't know if it's, whether the question could be explained. I probably can answer. I don't understand. Back to where I was though. Remember there was a time where the community had tribal houses outside of the clan house, but you had meeting places where the arguing actually took place?
Yeah, council houses. Yeah.
That's mama's house.
Big facts. I got documentation of that.
But imagine someone not arguing in mama's house. They argue in somebody else's house, ignoring the fact that they got their own. You're a slave, bro. You're a slave telling somebody who in their mama house, nah, you're not who you say you are. Nah, you're not who you say you are. You would rather pretend to be somebody in their system and then help them perpetuate the same hate on other indigenous people. But then you hop on the internet and you go against it because you want to be a part of the, right? You know your grandma and them was federally recognized, but you'll use that to say, well, if you don't have a card, then you're not Indian. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Y'all said going out public.
All right.
Need anything?
No. That's it. No sense. But the niggas that get blood, all I put work say Negro. You ask them, well, shit, you got your family together? Nah. Okay. So what tribe your grandma say you are? Oh, my grandma said we this, that, or that. But these same niggas is posted talking about they're Tartarians or Atlanteans or America is Egypt. Let's see. Let me get a mic check. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Cause I just moved back
Yeah, I
back
can.
to the patio and I know that shit be in and out.
Yeah, you been skipping a little bit, but we can hear you now.
All right. So in order for this to make sense, right? In order for everybody to be able to, their argument to hold weight, they have to be in their own shit. And the reason I'm using mama's house is because that's the big house. It's like Cuz said some shit one time. Reem say, Cuz a nigga want to get in trouble, all you gotta do is go to grandma's house. That's where all the bullshit at.
Facts.
All the
If you don't get in it,
politics,
yep.
all the business, all the fighting, the partying, everything go down in your own house, your own community. But not having a community and getting on the internet and trying to shit on those who are in their communities because you on the outside is fucking outsane. Because no one in their sanity will do that, will do such a thing. You have people, right, that will neglect their family. For, hey, Kitty, fire peace. Girl, where you been at, girl? Where you been at, girl? Ain't see you in months. But you
It's been
have
a while.
people, it's been a while, yeah, that will neglect what grandma say and then go enroll in a tribe in New Jersey or New York, 501c3 organization. But then you'll get on the internet and argue from your grandmother's point of view. You can't do that, brother. You sold your soul. Instead of getting your family together and doing the work and say, you know what, I'm going to bring my grandmother's children together. Those that will come together will come together. Those that won't. Then I'm going to go on to their children, and we're going to bring the family together. Instead of doing that, you ran to a group of people 8 states away that you know nothing about. Or you will go down to Georgia to an internet link, but you don't bring your family. You met all of these hundreds and thousands of people on the internet, and you go down to to a powwow public meeting, But there's no one that shares the same blood as you there. This is insane. Peace, Wild Fox, what's going on? Chiantamo. So you have to get your family involved. You have to stop arguing on the internet. That's why I always say, hey, I'll be available in July. Pull up on me. Oh, we were disenfranchised. We were called Negro. Okay, nigga, and what? What are you gonna do about it?
Right.
Oh, they took my grandma land. What are you going to do about it? You want to argue with the person, grandchild, that stole your shit and reaping the benefits instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to get my own. And I'm going to go unify with those that's like-minded. Y'all ain't taking shit this time. And we don't need your recognition because you already recognize us in your books, especially when you say that we branched off and spread amongst this people, and this people, and then became known as Negro. And some of us were raped so bad or loved the white man so bad, they became known as Melangian or white or mulatto.
Right.
So you admit the blood still exists. We all know our story. We all unify family and bring this shit together and get to work. This is union, not confederacy. But you would want to sit back on the internet and unify with people you've never met in the flesh. You've never met these people. And you will send in your birth certificate, your social security number, and you will send in the picture of your ID, front and back, and then you will let them get a piece of fucking paper and send it through a copy machine with the photo you took standing on the wall and create you a fake ass tribal ID from a 501c3 organization. You're not tax exempt. The business is tax exempt. You are an employee of the business. Dagger. But instead of building your mother house, you ran to a religious organization. And you push that as if that's an ancient a tribal nation that existed in the ancient world, when it's not. It's a confederacy rebuilt for modern times. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with unifying with people and bringing or creating a tribal nation, because ain't that's what your ancestors did. But to act like because I don't want to take it there. Stop arguing in someone else's house. If you're in my house and you try to argue with me, you're going to get put out. Either you're going to leave by choice, you're going to leave by force, somebody going to be carrying your ass out. This is the same mentality you need to use when dealing with when dealing with any other tribal nation. You don't go to them arguing about some shit, especially when you don't have the political power. You niggas are standing on your own. You will call yourself a fucking sovereign citizen. You're either one or the other. But being that you don't have the understanding, being that you don't have nobody that actually care about you to teach you this shit, you're gonna get fucked up. See, I've become hated for learning a language of a people that aren't my people. And I can name plenty of languages that we've learned or that I've learned. And I've mastered Nobi. Nobi's a Nile Valley language. But they love me. But when I mastered the language of those guys who end up falling in love with the French, it became an issue because Start to crack codes. Fucking insane. It's fucking insane. But said that to say, when you have people who are afraid, right? When you have people who are scared and they don't know what to do, they just gonna do what he did, right? That's fucking evil to say. If you don't have a tribal ID and it's not federally recognized, then you're not indigenous. How many indigenous people would that disqualify? But if I said, or Mutt said, or Reem said, fuck that. When the last time you been to ceremony? Or we don't do ceremony, we Christian. So that should disqualify them, right? When the last time you did a ritual in your tribal language? When is the last time you actually enacted your creation story? Because we're talking about sacred time, right or wrong. So if you don't practice your traditions, which were given to you by the Creator, then are you really Indian? These are the questions you can start asking when you get into your mama house. But you in somebody else's house arguing about half shit that your grandma told you. You ain't go study the shit your grandma told you for real. Because if you did, that shit would be locked in. Okay, let me get a mic check. Can y'all hear me on the panel?
Definitely can. It ain't
Okay.
cut out. It ain't cut out no more.
Okay. So it's like oh, let me see what Wild Fox say. We got Kitty Fire. Yeah, see, I want to talk about this real quick. When I attempt to learn a part of your culture, a lot of people want to be like me. I want to be like my. I get it. You feel me? I get it. But when I learn the cultures of the people, I'm trying to find out when we were dealing with them, what language were you speaking? What words were you using? Because our language literally had to be rebuilt or restructured in the way and modernized. So if I can study this language of the people that were close to us, then I can find out which words are actually theirs and which words were borrowed from another system, a system that we have marked down as unknown. Now, if a person says, well, we don't have a word for myself in our language, everyone listening will say, what the fuck you mean it ain't no word for myself? Nigga, well, who the fuck am I looking at in the mirror? Right? Who am I looking at in the water? Who did my mom? So that type shit, simple shit like that causes people to get upset. Let's see what Wild Fox say. He teach cuz, and that is what's going right. Right. Yes, cuz they're fighting in somebody else's house. It's like this, right? Remember, all of us got siblings. So remember you fight in your mama house and y'all just see who could get the best of each other. Play that shit at your auntie house, nigga. Play that shit at your auntie house. Play that shit
Auntie
at your
gonna
daddy brother
put
house.
her boys on you.
She gonna get her sons to whoop your ass.
And you cousin. It don't even matter.
And you could play that shit over there. You want to fight all the time? I'm gonna go get your big cousin to whoop your ass. I'm gonna show you. You're not him. You might turn into him, but right now you ain't. And I'm gonna show you. This is what the United States is doing. Because our cousins are the federal fucking recognized Indians. Don't act like niggas ain't mixed in or we just fought. Ain't nobody fuck, huh?
Right.
See what I'm saying? Niggas, bro, the symbol of freedom for the Black American, and I put quotes on that, is a nigga on a white horse with a white bitch. You don't think they was hunting the indigenous women that came from the West? You got cousins over there. And they also are arguing in somebody else's house. That's why they don't have the real chiefs that they supposed to have. You don't hear the word Tunakui or Tuskanugi. You don't hear Olada or Holada. You don't hear Miku or the proper term Minkunku, right? You don't hear Kwekuga or Kweshuga. You don't hear Montezunga. And we talking about titles. They can't use these titles because guess what? The United States is a fucking business, and so are these tribes. So they have principal chiefs, presidents, vice president. But you would rather argue with them, and they're the business. Whole time you can take over the tribal side of things. Nobody's looking at this for real. You got niggas talking about UCC, or Uniform Commercial Code, gonna free us. Nigga, that's the United States shit. That's their shit. You want an EIN. You want an ITIN. You want a tax identifier for your tribal nation. You want to be a cracker. I want to be like Mike. You want to be a cracker. Instead of saying we're going to do things our way, and we going to travel and do business our way, and we're going to have our own land, not just here, but there. And everybody we do business with, we going to have something there. That way our people have somewhere to go if anything happen in their motherland. Their mama house still going to be somewhere else. We want to have a way for our people to invest in our currency. And our currency isn't no bullshit. It ain't something somebody can log into a computer and fucking delete, or somebody can log into a computer and create. It's actually tangible. Do you want me to go get the bag and show you? Pounds of copper, pounds of silver, ounces of gold throughout. I want to be like Mike. There are things that need to be done to set your family up for real. All this playing games, trying to fight in them people courts, as if you go think about this. Let me just fucking say this, right? When you schedule a game, I don't give a fuck if the game is basketball, football, soccer, whatever. It's called a fucking court. All of this is a game. You ever notice that courts and churches and Masonic lodges, damn near the same? If you don't know what you're doing going into court, you don't know what you're doing going into church, you don't know what you're doing going into that lodge, you're arguing in someone else's house, a place in which you don't belong. But you want to argue in their house because that's all you want to do. Argue. You don't want to put in no actual fucking work, because if you did, you stop arguing. You'd be working. You stop complaining. But what we're dealing with is a group of niggas who finally found like, oh, well, you know what? I just need something to argue about. But these men, these women, we have to ask them, what have you done to put your mothers and your aunties in their rightful position, in their rightful place? How can you show us, or what can you actually show us by the work that you've done, that what you're talking about actually works? Think about it. You'll have someone who has 10,000 monthly subscribers. That can be $2.99 per subscriber. That's damn near 30 bands per month of subs. Where is that money going in order to build a community? How is that money being used in order to fund our own genealogists, our own anthropologists, our own botanists? This is what community funds should be used for, right? How can you get on the internet and you talk all this black power shit, indigenous power shit? You have all this information, but you still send your child to the devil to be educated. Don't give me the shit about, oh, I teach them when they get home. No, you don't. You work a full-time job, you gone from the house between at least 10 and 12 hours. You sleeping but at least 6 hours out of that day. That put us at 18 hours. The rest of that time, you're not using that to educate your children. You aren't. So you will send your children to the devil, but get on the internet talking this big bad shit. When we have sisters that have programs and homeschool their children, when you can put money behind those sisters, now you have a building on your land. And now you don't have just her, you have 6, 7, 8 women that are your actual sisters and cousins and aunties and mothers, homeschooling the children of the community. But niggas' brains don't go that far, because homeschool on that computer and in the books is a certain time, right? So when they do have their electives and free time and they're going over horticulture and they're learning how to do things traditionally, that's how you advance the society or advance the civilization or advance the community. But getting your ass on the internet, talking all day, don't do a fucking thing. Show the people how to get it done. Even if you can't make all the steps, but you have the plan, you see like, wait, I know this is gonna work. Let it be known. But what you don't do is keep arguing on the internet or arguing in their courtrooms as if that shit gonna save you. You going to the devil asking him for your shit back and he already robbed you, bro. You say DNA test, oh, DNA test, they gonna get your DNA as if you weren't already born in the hospital, brother. They got your blood, brother. Your footprints, handprints, they got some of your hair. You went to the dentist, they know how your teeth shape. You know dentists are craniologists, right? Uh-oh. The dentists know who you are by what the fuck you eat. These are the things that we need in our community that can be funded when you bring the family together. It ain't gonna be everybody. It might not even be 10 people. It might be 3 people. That's the bloodline. Unify with those like-minded, get shit done. Y'all know how I feel. No Confederacy shit. No big voice control anything. Unify. Now, I also want to put this on the record. July 25th, July 26th and 27th, properly, right? These will be days or public days that you all can attend the event. If you are watching this, please share this video with one person that you love. Trust me, they will like this video. Help a brother out, right? That's the HBO. So with that being said, July is going to be a day where you can, or those days where we're going to walk through the complex, talk, go over different things. Crane is going to do medicine. Mutt got his thing going. We're gonna do a lot of building on the first day, right? Eating together, sharing, learning about y'all, y'all learn about us. We understand that a lot of this is new to a lot of you. Not your family story, but what you're learning now. So what we're telling you is, please don't come looking for the E word. Just come look to have fun. Don't come looking for enrollment, please. Don't come looking for enrollment. Come to have fun. Come to share your family story. Come to enjoy great food. Come to play games on the second day. We don't want we don't want we don't want how can I put this? Uh we don't want to disappoint anyone. A lot of people are looking forward to ceremonies, um, whatever those are, right? And shit get real, right? So, let me see what this say. It say, gonna be the day y'all get that ass whooped in them games. Now, this is what I mean. Shit gets real. Even though he's not a part of our union, properly, anybody can get it because he's indigenous, so he's gonna play in the games. Now, being that they are a blue family, we can tell, especially by the father, right? Um, he has to say things like that because he know the red gonna whoop that ass, right? And that quote, whoop that ass, that's me. So he's been inspired by the red to let the world know that they getting their ass whooped. So don't take that personal anymore. Now, um, also,
I'm gonna let you speak.
ah man, go ahead, go ahead. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, hurt my voice too much. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see what you got to say, man.
I will let you speak, but you know we cover with it.
Yeah, I'm not listening to this, bro. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried. That's all you need to know, man. We ain't worried. We ain't worried. But yeah, shit get real, man. We have fun. We enjoy ourselves, right? Um, for some of our aunts, right? Some of our mothers, a lot of this shit is still new. And it's only new because though they had the story, there was no real generator behind the power to get them to move the way that they've been moving the last year, 2 years, 3 years, last decade for those elder women, right? But all of this in July is to bring families together because how often do families actually visit these complexes with family, right? And how often do they get the real story of the people that were the progenitors of that culture? So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very interesting. One thing I'm good at is making everybody feel at home. So when you come, just know this too is a auntie house, right? So don't argue in our house. That's what we said. Don't argue in our house. Now you got a voice, but don't argue at auntie house. Because that energy out there is very sacred, and being out there a few days before, shit gonna be lit up, right? The spirit's gonna be up in the air. When you start playing those games and that energy getting to rocking, keep that energy high. We need the best ball players, right? We need those who gonna make sure that they gonna battle for their team because shit get wicked. You know what I mean? That's a lot of movement. Especially for those who don't know how to play the game, they might do a lot of running around, as opposed to being able to hold a position, right? Um, what else? Oh, what to bring, right? For anyone who will be staying or won't be staying, but you'll just be out there for the tours and all that good stuff. What you will need is personal fans. I am buying personal fans for the people But if you want to have your own personal fan, I'm gonna have the little fans for you because it may be hot. Bring you a sun hat. A lot of y'all will need sunscreen, mosquito spray, things like that. Chairs, we got over 120 chairs, 20, 30 tables. We have the whole pavilion, not the pavilion, but we got the shelter. So at Kolamoki, the shelter is actually able to hold 120 people. However, per family, which means per person that checks in, we have a 7-person limit because we don't want things to go overboard for that particular family. Maybe in 2 years, maybe next year, maybe. But we like to deal with those that we've been dealing with, right? Not to say that your family isn't trusted, but in order to control the numbers, it's best to put a cap on family numbers. Um, Next year, um, a lot of other people or some people or these families will be invited to the ceremonies which take place before those two public days. At that time, they can bring their family because it will be at that time their mothers will have to be there to recreate sacred time for their family, right? So it's a process. So don't come with enrollment on your mind. Come to learn, share, play games, and eat good food. That's what we ask. If you are staying, bring your tent. It's going to be more than enough space. I don't know if y'all need sleeping bags and all of that. Me, I'm bougie, so I got the portable AC for the tent. You feel me? Got the good generator. We gonna be rocking. My shit gonna be like, if you just put some dirt over my tent, it's gonna be like a mound. Don't tell nobody, but we gonna be rocking, man. We ready to have fun. Bring your fishing poles, all of that good
Yeah,
shit.
Brent. Hey,
Mike, Paul, talk to
yeah, we're
me.
gonna add on to that. On the fishing too. There's canoes out there. There's a canoeing area out on the lake. Um, uh, I'm gonna probably supply about uh 6 to 7 life vests. That way, if people want to get in the canoes and learn how to uh row and paddle, uh, yeah, bring out fishing poles. I'ma have indigenous forms of fishing out there too. So it won't just be rod and reel. We'll have the cane poles and stuff out there. Um, and hopefully we can still get this archery thing going and and teach everybody how to fasten a bow and things like that. We might get to that. That's still up in the air.
Facts, facts. Let's see what we got. So, are there any questions in the chat? Any questions about who are the I hate this word, the proto Wale, right? Or those people who were living on the coast before the Muskogean contact or before contact with Europeans? Any questions about the Southeast? We can answer all of that good stuff. Let's see. Comments, banners, comments. Okay.
If you do your genealogy and you find out where your people lived at in the South, there are ways to find out the tribes that they possibly may have belonged to in that time period, who they might have been born into, and who they possibly have been assimilated by. So, genealogy is vital to knowing who you are, where you came from. It's one of the most important things. So, if you want to know where your family derived from, don't just go looking for just the names. Keep digging a little further and understand who they really were. That's
Facts.
information. That
And also with that being said, right? Why do you have people They're trying to tell you that your nationality is American when you tell them that your nationality is from the tribe that you're from.
Say that a little louder, Pop, for the people in the back, because they don't know. They
When
might be.
people when people ask you what's your nationality, and you tell them your nationality from the tribe that you're from, they're trying to tell you that's not who you are, that you're a United States citizen. And they say that your nationality is that. Why do people trying to tell you who you are when you already told them who you are?
They could do what the fuck they want to do. What they not gonna do is make me feel like they right.
Right.
I'll tell you that much. Because it's like when dudes say, oh, well, you an ex-Nuapian. Well, motherfucker, I was Christian before that. Why you ain't say I'm ex-Christian? See what I'm saying? That's the fuck shit. But you ain't say, oh, before that nigga was Christian, he was Indian. And before he was Nuapian, he would fucking teach us up about being Indian. And he been to jail because they couldn't find him in the system because he's a fucking Indian. He went to court and argued that in the state court, and it was proven that he's an Indian. And he said, I ain't gonna sue y'all. I just wanted y'all to know that I'm an Indian. See, niggas don't tell that part. That's why people would rather say, oh, nah, you're an American and ignore your tribal nation. You know why? Because they ain't got one of they fucking own. They ain't
Right.
got one of their own. You hating ass is like Kitty Fire said. You disgruntled child is what you are. A disgruntled child.
You're absolutely right.
Ain't
Absolutely.
no way we the people should be sitting up here knowing that our birthright is here before an American flag was even incorporated, and before this place was called so-called the Americas by the Dutch and the French and the Spanish. Listen, if your people was out here before European contact, before the 1700s, you should know who you are. You should know what tribe you come from, and you should know that that's what you are by blood first, and everything else comes second.
See, they think that for themselves while arguing against that for others. They think that for themselves and argue against it for others, though. But where are they arguing from? They arguing at somebody else's house. So none of that shit, it matters, but it's not going to affect our growth, and it shouldn't affect the growth of those who may be like-minded. Let bitches feel how they feel. They always gonna feel how they feel. You know who you are. Your focus should be your bloodline. Anything outside of that is an excuse not to focus on family. Anyone? Because I'm here. I got to go to the movies. I'm about to buy these tickets. Mont Par, if y'all want to go ahead, y'all got anything to drop right now, go ahead. The floor open.
Yeah, once again, you know, go fight in your own house. Don't fight in nobody else's house because that don't mean you might make it out alive. you know, and that's the thing right there. Be who you are, not what they say you is. Like my grandmother used to say, because somebody call you that, that don't mean that you answer to it. And that's my quote for the day.
Facts, actual facts. Reem, you there, cuz? Okay, cuz might be in the back. Mark, talk to me. You got anything to drop?
Hey, we at Komogi in a few weeks. Just know, just know when Warriors step out on that field.
Hey, all I'ma say, I'ma be out there like Shaka when they putting that paint on me, man. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, sir. But to you all
Oh
that
yeah. Oh,
to
we did.
go ahead,
I'm sorry,
talk to
y'all.
me, cuz.
We built on all of that. There would definitely be specific events just for the women. Uh,
Facts. Facts.
we didn't mention that, but there will be events for the women, uh, the mothers will be able to share their stories. They gonna be doing pretty much. We gonna be doing what the men do, the women gonna do, and then we all still gonna come together and do the same thing together. So everybody gonna know everybody. Everybody gonna know everybody. Deciphering the codes of language.
Yeah, nah. Let me see something.
Anthony Herring said, deciphering them codes of language. Uh, man, shit. It's a lot of people out here on the internet that try to argue from that position of the internet that don't know linguistics, and we always
Facts.
we always
Why this shit going on? Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Cause I can't hear cuz.
yeah, but we always argue that linguistics definitely matter because when we read these documents, we can't read them from the English standpoint. We got to read them for what they actually are and what they meant during that period, during that time frame. So linguistics is definitely needed, and people get on the internet all the time and they try to argue they little points and pull up their little documents or whatever that they got, and don't even know where the document was written. They don't know what language the document may be written in. We got people getting on the internet calling people Pomerians and things like that, and Americans, and really don't even know that that's a Dutch word.
having a connection issue. So, and it's Saturday, and I'm off tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow for sure. I gotta get ready for this date because I want to go see Ballerina. I know she gonna be kicking some ass. So all of y'all that click that notification bell, I love you. Thank you very much. If you haven't bought my book, The Blue Fire and the Green Fires, both of those are available on Amazon. Each book in the Blue Fire is also available PDF for $3, $4, and $5 today. So if you want to go ahead and grab some of the books or grab the books, they are actually a couple dollars all day today. I might leave it up for a long time. You never know. Go check those out. Um, Also, the creation and migration story, The Land Before Time, that PDF is out right now on Amazon, and I think it's like $4.99. So if you want to read our creation and migration story and how we came amongst the people, or how the people like the Lenape and the Muskogee came amongst our people here in the Southeast, go ahead and grab that book, The Land Before Time. Um, Reese, I did try to shake something. I can't. We definitely gonna link in Georgia. So look forward to that. We gonna vibe with you cause we gonna spend some time with you and Auntie and the whole family just to let y'all know like we with you. You get me? Your whole journey, we gonna continue to assist you. Even if you are Shata, right? Even if you are a stickball player in lacrosse player, right? Right. Nigga definitely gonna link with you in a couple weeks. We'll be there. What? It's Saturday and 2 Saturdays. I'll be in fucking Cola. Um, Anybody currently watching, please go through the videos and see which videos you may like. The views did drop a lot because I lost the Instagram. That was 1,000 followers. I lost my Facebook. That was another 1,000 followers. So I can't get the message out like I used to. But if you can assist me in just sharing the videos to your platform, that would be more than enough for me. Much love to you all. Stay blessed. Be the fuck safe because the world is crazy out here. Peace. Much love and light in every language. I'll see you later.